Hey everybody, this is Theokinawakid'S here, and here's another review for today called, or rather about, the new Mortal Kombat anime movie, Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. Oh, tongue tied. Yeah, so this is about the new Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, where more or less is like a hybrid of actually two different types of stories. One is the origin story of Scorpion, how he lost his family by the hands of the Lin Kuei, and more or less how he ended up the way he is in the start of the Mortal Kombat series, or at least the story of the Mortal Kombat series during the whole Otherworld tournament. And of course, the actual second plot is the story of more or less the original Mortal Kombat game, the first one, and also the 90s movie, where basically Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang were all recruited as defenders of Earthrealm by Raiden. And okay, much like much like in the same manner of every Mortal Kombat thing in this franchise, it's very gory, very bloody, and very in tune with the Mortal Kombat series, where basically you have all the trademark catchphrases, all the trademark sort of characters like Shao Kahn, Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub Zero, Shinnok, um, Shang Tsung, and various other actual players, and also like some other ones like Goro, Baraka, and all that stuff that you get to see in this movie, and is also made by Warner Bros. So basically, it has this very exaggerated version of like, say, a typical Warner Bros. Anime production, like Justice League or whatever, and very much is a very Scorpion esque sort of story. So with that being said, it's kind of also put into Scorpion's perspective of how he views things, and basically how his life of tragedy starts off, with his origin story with the death of his clan, and the Shirai Ryu all being dead by supposedly Sub Zero, but more or less it's a very complicated affair as he learns the truth about the massacre of the Shirai Ryu, and more or less the death of his family, and more or less, the real purpose why he's in the tournament. And more or less, it also follows events of the first game as well as the first movie, along with, him reluctantly helping out the Earth defenders of Earthrealm from not getting killed in the tournament, as well as, you know, Shang Tsung still working for Shao Kahn, and basically like, oh, this will be a great battle. It will be a great testament to Shao Kahn's will, like, that sort of thing. With that being said, there's that, and not to mention the whole thing with the series itself, or rather the movie, is more or less like by the end of it, and this is not really, if you've seen it, go ahead, but like, but this is a little bit like it's trying to be two things in once while also sequel baiting. That's sort of the whole thing on that. It's not exactly well, it is a very good beginning, middle, end. It has a very concise narrative. It's just that literally is nothing new to the Mortal Kombat universe, especially to Mortal Kombat fans. So it's very much like, it's a little bit by the numbers, a little bit, but it makes up for it by good action scenes, great chemistry with all the characters, and great voice acting, by the way. Also, with the fact that the characterization of Scorpion and various other characters, there are great callbacks to the original games and also the movies. So that's sort of the whole thing. And it's very much a good old fashioned Mortal Kombat adaptation that I'm really liking. And basically, despite the sequel baiting ending of it, it's a very good series. I mean, not series, why I keep seeing that. It's a very good movie, and more or less, I highly recommend you watching it at least once. So if you get a taste, if you wonder about the Mortal Kombat, universe and its characters, or just curious about playing the games, just check out, or rather, best bet, buy a game of Mortal Kombat. But if you want to get into the narrative of Mortal Kombat and its various expanding universe with elder gods and other realms and shit, just watch this movie and you should be thoroughly pleased about this whole event. And basically, it's just a fun series over. Oh, yeah, keep saying series. Why? It's not series. It's a movie. It's a fun, good old movie with blood and gore and action, kung fu fighting. It's just great. So this has been the Okinawa Kid, and this has been my review of Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge. And yes, I'll be seeing you later then. And this is the Okinawa Kid signing out.